Charles Oliveira isn't even flinching at Ilia Topuria's trash talk. The two are gearing up for a major showdown at UFC 317, where the vacant lightweight title is up for grabs. Recently, Topuria posted a training clip online cheekily telling Oliveira not to forget his pillow, suggesting he's going to sleep. But Oliveira, he just chuckles. In a heartfelt interview with MMAFighting.com, Oliveira reflected, "I don't really like talking too much because everything we say becomes just noise, but I think I'm past all that now, you know? I've been in the UFC for 15 years, I walked in as a kid, and now I'm a lion among lions. A different kind of lion. A dangerous lion." He spoke about how people used to underestimate him. They'd say I quit, I had no hands, but I went in, shut them up, got the job done. So many crazy things were said, none of it got in my head, I just trained harder. While they were talking, I was working. I'm not someone who needs to post every day or sell fights with big words. I know what I need to do. The fight's on the 28th, and I'll be ready. He wrapped it up saying, "When the cage door closes, I walk forward, throw my hands, and the only thing that matters is getting my hand raised." Meanwhile, Jamahal Hill had his own drama brewing. Khalil Roundtree said there'd be no blood on his face after their fight. Jamahal wasn't having any of it.
I will not have any blood on my face in this fight. I cannot say the same about my opponent, but you can expect that however you see my face right now is going to be exactly the same on Saturday night after the fight. So no blood from me. That's my...
He reposted that clip on his Instagram story and simply wrote, "LMAO, okay bro." Then he dropped some stats from the UFC's official site showing Khalil absorbs more punches than he dishes out. 4.51 absorbed per minute versus 3.73 landed. He added a thinking emoji just to stir the pot. Jamahal also had something to say at UFC Baku's media day.
He's not expecting to have any blood, and he's not really ready for war, and he don't really understand what's in front of him, so he can expect that. So whenever I open his face up and he starts to see it, then we're gonna see what he does and how he reacts then. This guy gets hit more than he hits anybody. Like that's literally a stat of his whole career. Like that's a wild statement. That's wild. But you know, he said a lot of delusional things. He's hanging his hat on the fact of, oh, I lasted longer than he did against Pereira. We have other common opponents. One that I knocked out, one that knocked him out. Like, you know what I mean? So it's like, it is what it is. Whatever he has to do to sleep at night, whatever he has to do to get himself up to fight and get himself in there, I'm good with it. It is what it is. He's already made up a fake beef with himself, so.
On the other side, Ilia Topuria is also posting footage of himself going through some intense testing as he cuts down to lightweight. According to the results, his muscle mass is through the roof. Confident as ever, he posted, "Final tests were better than ever."
Yeah, 32. Great, perfect. And then once it tells us your numbers, if you just stay on there for me. Sends like an electric current through all those electrodes, and it tells us fat mass, fat-free mass, and total body water. Pretty cool.
Hey.
¿Qué te estás haciendo? 50 sombras de Grey.
1.71. To the work that you've done this camp, your skeletal amount of muscle mass, it's literally off our charts.
Now, let's talk about Dustin Poirier. He's making his final walk at UFC 318, and he's doing it in style. He's fighting Max Holloway for the BMF title, and it's happening in his hometown, New Orleans. To make it even more epic, Lil Wayne, a fellow New Orleans legend, will be walking out with him. Speaking to Full Violence, Dustin shared that Lil Wayne's team confirmed he's in. As of now, yes, Dustin smiled. Elsewhere, Renato Moicano is betting on Kamaru Usman if he were to ever fight Islam Makhachev. After beating Joaquin Buckley, Usman said he was open to fighting the winner of Jack Della Maddalena versus Islam. Moicano, who's faced Islam before, said he didn't find Islam physically strong and thinks Usman's size would give him the edge.
Islam beats JDM. He said it's the former pound for pound versus the current pound for pound.
I would put my money on the old mother
brother.
Usman?
Usman.
Really?
Yes, 100%.
Their wrestling negates each other, and it's a striking match. And then I think Islam's a better kickboxer.
Brother, he's so much bigger than Islam.
I don't think he is.
Yeah, he is.
He did actually tower over Buckley. I was surprised.
Islam, on his last fight, on our fight,
Yeah.
he was lighter than me. He was like 178.
I remember that. He was 2 pounds lighter,
You know,
yeah.
2 or 3 pounds lighter.
Yeah. Who do you think would have more success taking the other guy down?
I think Kamaru Usman.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
People gonna crucify me for saying that. I didn't think Islam was that strong. I
Yeah.
think he's a master of technique. The way he got the dart stroke on me, he was putting pressure and then he let the pressure down and he say, hey, okay, try to escape, motherfucker. Then he got it.
Yeah.
You know? So this is skill.
Joaquin Buckley wasn't just focused on his fight, he dropped a video on YouTube breaking down his loss to Usman and fired back at Israel Adesanya, who had mocked him during the match. For those who missed it, Izzy was openly trashing Buckley in a reaction video.
I hate this, bro. I don't even use the word hate lightly, but I hate this, bro. Something about it just annoys.
But Buckley didn't take that quietly. He hit back, saying Izzy wasn't even a real fighter and that he'd fight him anytime, anywhere.
That person I'm talking about, right? He know what it is to take a L, but to say that you hate them all and you glad that they lost, you glad that they, you know what I'm saying, didn't achieve their dreams is wild to me, bro. Like, bro, why the you mad at me? What the I do to you? Cause I find it funny how you hating on me. You need to be hating them took your belt. And y'all know what I'm talking about. And Izzy. He's trying to be funny, like he's trying to use his platform to talk to me, but that really just shows me the potential of my name and how big I'm becoming. Just like when I met his at the PI, and I ran up on him and was like, hey bro, you know, I think we'd be a good fight. That quiet at the time. But see, I'm man enough to come to you to your face. Tell me how you feel to my face though, bro. Instead of being like a you all underneath the covers and man. I hate that sweet motherfucker. Cause I don't know why you on my anyway. You ain't no real fighter. Little, you know, you wanna be a little pretty boy. You know what I'm saying? I will give you a sample, but I don't like boy. And that's 100. You can get this work any given time, bro. I can give it to you. Oh, but I forgot, Chinese. You ain't another brother. The real African that runs that spot is DDP. You gonna try to make him like, oh no, you a real African brother. No, DDP is. Cause he's still getting it in where he from in South Africa. But where you at? New Zealand? Australia? America? You don't know who.
Meanwhile, Islam Makhachev's coach, Javier Mendez, wanted to clear something up. He had recently said Islam might only have 3 fights left and people freaked out. Javier clarified that this was taken out of context and realistically, Islam could fight 7 or 8 more times.
Or taking that out of context, I said maybe he fights 3 more times. Not in those exact words that I say that, but I didn't say Islam said. I'm thinking because with Habib and being involved with the father, Habib's father talking about 35 fighters should, you know, quit at that particular time.
35?
Skills at 35. So basically, I'm just assuming that Islam would probably be thinking about retirement at that particular age. So 3 more fights. So I'm thinking, okay, 1 more fight this year. Hopefully we get that fight soon, and then 2 more fights next year, or maybe we only have 1 fight because, you know, with injuries and whatnot. So I said maybe 3. So I mean, realistically, he could have 6, 7, 8 more fights. Depends what Islam wants. It's not what coach wants. He's the driver, not me. So a lot of people took this out and they made it look like, and DC, my own guy, DC made a real good video of it and talking about the age thing, etc., etc. But DC did a really good job of it. And other people are saying, why are you saying he retired? I said, no, I'm not saying he's retired. I'm saying I'm thinking maybe. This is not Islam, this is me. So I don't know. I didn't discuss it with him or anything. I've just assumed that there may be 3 fights, but it could be 6 or 7, it could be 4, it could be any amount.
Heavyweight fans, there's something big coming. Curtis Blades is set to take on Rizvan Kuniev this weekend at UFC Baku. It's Kuniev's UFC debut, but don't underestimate him. He's won 10 of his last 11 fights. The only exception was a no contest due to a failed drug test. Blades, having fought top-tier names like Tom Aspinall and Francis Ngannou twice, believes his experience gives him the upper hand.
Obviously a little shocked that he wasn't already in the UFC, so this will be his UFC debut. But beyond that, he's got a good record. He's a heavyweight. We all swing heavy. We all hit hard. So it's not like I'm be like, oh, this guy's a bum. No, they're bringing him in to the UFC. They're giving him to me, so he must be someone of note. He doesn't seem like crazy athletic. Like I've gone against Aspinall twice. Like when I mean like athletic like that. He doesn't. I don't, beyond your standard, just haymakers and heavy shots. I don't see anything crazy. So I've seen almost everything. I've gone against heavy hitters, Derek Lewis, Ngannou, Hunt, Sergey. So like I feel like I'm prepared. I get to take advantage of my experience and wisdom in the octagon. I mean, I'm always looking to protect and to add on to my legacy, and really we all want to win. You get twice as much if you win, so that's really the goal. That's always the goal. The goal is to win, and in doing that, all the other things happen. I defend my ranking, I defend my legacy, and I prove that obviously I deserve higher ranked guys.
Ahead of his fight with Jamahala Hill, Khalil Roundtree opened up about his brutal TKO loss to Alex Pereira. The fight ended in round 4, but Khalil said if Pereira hadn't landed that shot, he would have kept going, even if it meant a more mangled face. In an emotional chat with MMAFighting.com, he said, "It was the first time in my life I felt like losing wasn't the end of the world. I didn't come home with a belt, but I came home with the respect of fans around the globe." He said the loss helped him learn and grow. It made me realize how far I'd go before breaking. If he didn't stop me, I wouldn't have stopped. It hurt, yes, physically and emotionally, but I came out stronger. I didn't quit. I never even thought of quitting. I felt like I earned a rock of gold from that fight, something I'll always keep inside me. Just for me. Rafael Fiziev is stepping into the cage this weekend against Ignacio Bahamondes. He's on a 3-fight losing streak, including a TKO loss due to a knee injury against Mateusz Gamrot. But Fiziev is confident Bahamondes has never fought anyone like him and promised fireworks in their match.
It's a big risk for him, and I'm sure he not in his on his career he not have people like me, fighters like me, and it's gonna be tough night for him. Technically, it's bone to bone because he like to go forward. I like to go forward. And he's a big guy, I'm a small guy, and if you're small guy fight against big guy, you have to go forward, you have to pressure him. So yeah, it's bone and bone, and when bone and bone meet each other, it's always.
And now the clip that shocked everyone. Rampage Jackson posted a video of himself drinking at a pool bar. Out of nowhere, a woman slapped him across the face after he took a shot. He captioned it, "After all the dudes I've slapped, I had it coming." But things got way more serious with the next story. New footage just came out showing Conor McGregor inside a nightclub in Ibiza earlier this week. The Sun posted the video, and it shows Conor appearing to sucker punch a man twice without any obvious reason. Wayne Lineker, a well-known entrepreneur based in Ibiza, was there that night. He came forward and identified the man McGregor hit as Joe Gomez, a former employee of one of his nightclubs. Wayne said Gomez did absolutely nothing to provoke McGregor. In a now-deleted Instagram post, Wayne wrote, "Gomez is my very close friend who has worked at Ocean for 8 years. He has the most special heart. In all the years I've known him, he's never raised his voice once. He took 2 punches from Conor McGregor and Patcher for absolutely no reason. He took those punches like a champion. To say I'm disappointed is an understatement." A friend of Joe Gomez also spoke out. He said Gomez hasn't mentioned pressing charges, at least not yet. Joe's worked with Wayne for a long time, and Wayne's very loyal to his team. Conor used to have a sweet deal at Ocean. Free table, free drinks. That might be off the table now. He continued, "If you were anywhere near Conor at the club and pulled your phone out, security would ask you to put it away. I don't even know how Joe got that close. He hasn't said anything about filing a police report. He had already taken some time off after the incident. Thankfully, he's okay. There were no serious injuries, but it was a shock. Joe just feels like he was in the wrong place at the wrong time." That's it for the news this time. Stay tuned because the MMA world is only getting crazier.